Good evening, my friends. It's 1st of July, Canada Day, and all the best wishes to all my Canadian friends. And to you guys from USA, 4th of July is coming, and I will have the reading with Tracy on the 5th of July. So all the best wishes for both of those big days in our calendar. And I have to tell you, I'm so happy to be Canadian. I'm Polish, but Polish-Canadian now. So, and and Cheryl was saying the same thing. We are so lucky to be Canadians. Now when we are listening what the Supreme Court is doing in USA, that it's even more meaningful, that sentence, to feel very happy to be Canadian. And I will be answering your questions. I will have the lottery winner announced at the end of the video, as long as I don't forget. Because when you are getting old, you have the tendency to do a lot of things you didn't do when you were younger. Then, when I was younger, I was doing other things. So it's balance. We all know that officer who stopped Trump, Tony Ornato, and the next to him was sitting Bobby Engel, but it was the Tony Ornato who apparently stopped. I think that was true. She wouldn't make up that story. So she heard that story from him. He was probably bragging, and now he doesn't want anyone to remember that he did that. So Tony stopped Trump. He didn't allow Trump to go to Congress because, and that's I want you to imagine what will happen if Trump will get his way. If he will go to Congress, it will be disaster. He was ready to get inside the building and push for a coup. That was his goal. So it was great that he was stopped, because that there will be so much blood all over the country. It's not only in Congress. Everywhere else will be people fighting on both sides, and it will be the civil war. The worst day it will be in the history of USA. So that little stopping Trump's hand, and then he tried to throw him, it is far more meaningful than everyone is even paying attention to. This guy wanted to go with this mob and get his way. Pelosi will be probably hung. Mike Pence will be hung. He should be far away from the power. I'm sorry, but that's not someone who can run the country. So this is... Ami 1. Will Secret Service agent Tony Ornato be charged for planning January 6th with Trump? No, I don't think he will be charged for anything. He will just say that he was doing his duty, and he is not even admitting that Cassidy Hutchinson was telling the truth, because he still wants to be on good terms with Trump. Beverly is asking, Ghislaine Maxwell got sentenced for 20 years. Was she cooperating with FBI? Did she give them tapes, list, or names? I saw her giving a letter. I believe she gave them everything what they needed, because the sentence was apparently going to be around 50 years. So she got less than 20, but the 2.5 years that she was in prison will be deducted. And then for good behave, she might get 5 years off. So, yeah, I believe that she did. I saw her giving a letter. So all those pictures, all those tapes are in possession of FBI. They don't want to go too far ahead to inform us, because so many people with so much power will be in trouble, and they don't want to cause any more trouble. It's enough that Prince Andrew is, the judgment day will come, So yes, she gave that. She's isolated, she's feeling lonely, but she fulfilled her dreams. So she did that, gave that information, that's for sure. I woke up today at 5 o'clock and we went for a nice trip. It's beautiful, and now I can hear the storm is coming, and my husband is outside, so he will be soon probably coming. Beverly. Okay, so that was from Beverly, sorry. Joanne Cooks. And thank you everyone for your questions, and thank you for your likes and for donations and for being with me. Where are all the videos and photos of Jeffrey Epstein? Oh, and I said they have, but they don't want to make any more stink. Sagittarius, you asked me 2 times I noticed 2 times your comments asking me why I'm using 3 cards, and then there is 3 cards less and less each time I'm answering the question. Very good question. And shouldn't I put them back? I said my husband will be coming. When I'm doing readings for private person, and the reading is for half an hour, or for 45 minutes or for 1 hour, but especially the people who can afford for half an hour, I don't want to waste time pulling cards. I still believe that my spirit guide and my angel are giving me advice which cards to pull. You can see the cards on the table. They are face down. I'm shuffling them, so I'm not cheating. There is enough cards to answer the questions. That's my way. But I will feel very bad if I will be all the time shuffling, making the noise. And yes, it will be probably better if all the cards will be available. But I believe that's the way is more proper for the sitter to best the time. Whoever wants me to shuffle all the cards, I can do that. But I will waste probably 10 minutes of shuffling the cards and pulling them all the time. I'm asking people to count, and that way we are both involved with the pulling the cards. Just the way I'm doing, I'm not I'm not doing by any rules, because there is a Celtic cross and the sitter doesn't have any involvement, because the 10 cards from the top or whatever, I'm letting my intuition to guide me which cards to pull. So that's the reason I'm not pulling differently cards, and I'm not putting them back. I started that way and I feel it works for me. And usually the cards are telling me what to do. So thank you for your both questions. Very good question. And some people are pulling the cards, and I heard that Some people are putting the cards openly, so they are talking and pulling the cards and showing the psychics. That's not me. You can see the cards are on the table all the time. Only with Tracy I can't manipulate the computer. So it's this way that you have to believe me that, and I'm always showing you that I'm putting them down. Cindy Bogart. I read that Andrew Cuomo might run for governor of New York again. And I noticed that he is ready. He is ready to jump. And I don't think anyone can fit in his shoes. So he is really good what he is planning to do. He is a wonderful speaker. We all were fascinated with him before the women were coming and accusing him. And then there was no proof. So that's so... I believe that he should start fighting, and he should allow himself to run, and he is a good runner. He wants to stand up, and he wants to... Angel of Swords will help him to fight. He will be very, very cautious what he is doing, so no one will accuse him anymore. And he loves what he does. So it is his passion to do this. His father was a governor. He wants to do the best job. We all loved him when he was giving every day the conferences, the meetings, and explaining everything. We were comparing him with Trump. There was no comparison. And then his own people started to trimming him. And there was some accusation even about Biden. So we have to understand that sometimes those accusations don't have legs. That's my feeling. Mary Coretta, Violetta, what do you see for Cuba? The daily life is so cruel over there. Electricity and water is rotated now for a few hours in some areas. Can you imagine? People don't have even access to seafood at their island. Yes, and when I was educating myself a little bit about Cuba, I learned that you can go to jail if you will kill your own cow. You have to have permission to kill the cow. There is shortage of food. There is shortage of everything. And Fidel Castro put a huge grip on the country. His brother Raul is first secretary, and Diaz-Canel is president since 2018. When Biden opened the abilities to Americans to have some freedom to go to Cuba, Trump removed that. And when I was I was adult, when we had the embargo put on Poland, that was the same thing. There was no water for a few hours. There was no electricity. So I always have candles. To this day, I always feel like we have to have oil lamps and candles. It was, you are cooking and there is no electricity. So many times you are taking a bath and you started and there is no water. We knew what hours it can be, but sometimes the hours will be so different. So I bet you would like to know if Cuba will get out of that. It was always so bad. I remember I met one guy. I was working a little bit as translator in Poland when I was working as a secretary. And we had brick companies that were making bricks. So that there was 26 places that they were burning bricks for building houses. And we were working with some Italian people. One guy from Italy asked me, Violetta, can you invite my girlfriend from Cuba? When she will come here, I will marry her. He couldn't go to visit her. They met because he was building some company over there. And then he was not allowed and she was not allowed to come. I tried to invite her, but I was too young and it was too fishy for them because I never been in Cuba. So they refused her visa to Poland. But I remember I was trying to help him. He was very much in love. He was Italian. And yeah, he was telling me how horrible it was over there. He said the medical field is good. They are giving people the free medical treatments and so on. But otherwise, it was so poor. They will rejuvenate themselves. They will start, because they are looking at the world outside. Of course, they are limited to access to internet, but they are able to kind of skip the way, and a lot of those Cubans people are able to see how the world is. And Canadians are allowed to go there for vacations. My brother was probably 2 times over there, and Roman was there for vacation. So yes, there is always some contact with the West that way. So intuitively, I know it will take time, but it will change. Like we were waiting in Poland, eventually it's changed, but they have to wait and wait and wait. They are waiting for so many years. I think I will finish because the rain. So the storm is coming close. I don't know if you can hear it. Oops. And I will announce the lottery winner. And so I have 161 people who wrote a comment, and I will be going with my fingers so we can stop and this way, that way, and okay. Nadia Balota, love to have a reading with you, Violetta. Thank you. Okay, so you will be the winner. The announcement will be on the previous video because this one is not posted yet. So I'm pinning. So please contact with me. Send me your email on psychicvioletta.com. You will find on my website. And please write me your phone number so I can contact with you and we can decide the date of your appointment on the phone, and then we will meet for half an hour. Okay, on Skype, on telephone. I noticed when 5 years ago I started doing readings, most of the readings were like 90% were on the phone. Now it's probably only 10% on the telephone. Most people loves to have because it's free, and a lot of people put the Skype, download the Skype, and we are doing the Skypes. A lot of people are first time. It's so nice that that they are motivated to have the Skype. we have to go with technology, but telephone is wonderful too. It's just I like to see. I'm visual. Okay, so I will share the Darlene left remedy for ears. She said that she has itchy ear. When it's something started in your ear, it's usually started being itchy, and then it's worse and worse until it's painful. So she is using Q-tip with vinegar. With Q-tips, be careful, because to put them a little bit too high and too deep, and you can hurt yourself for the rest of your life. I would advise to just use the cotton, put in a vinegar, and put inside the ear. My mother was always using peroxide. You can do that. That will kill any bacteria if there is any in the ear. My mother was always using Wicks paste, the cream, the paste, and she was putting that in the ear. And the snap in the bum, go to bed, lay down, don't complain. And the next day it was good. So it was this way, or eucalyptus oil. It's good as well to put inside. Eucalyptus oil or wicks will make it hotter, and it was really good remedy. So that's, and now I did the lottery. Oh, I'm glad, because I was afraid that I might forget. Joanna Cooks, please pray for my guinea pig, Cocoa. She has been having blood in her urine. She has 1 centimeter bladder stone. And Joanne is waiting for surgical appointment, emergency appointment for her little poor creature. I know it is piggy, but I can tell you, our kids were so in love with the hamster and with the piggy, Guinness piggy, Guinea piggy. We had to, when they die, we have to make a real funeral for them. In the park, we were taking them to the park, and we were digging the hole. In the winter, it was much harder than in the summer, in a place that no one will be bothering them. And we did a few funerals when when the kids were small. For us, it was part of our life, companion. We couldn't have dogs in townhouses, so we had guinea pigs and a rabbit and hamsters. But we want our kids to have animals, and that was so important to us. I understand you can love every creature. So, and we want to pray for everyone who needs any help, any medical help, or any spiritual help, who is in danger, like those people in Ukraine, for Navalny, for Zelensky, for Brittany, that is in the prison in Russia, for all the people who needs our mental support and physical support. We can send them beautiful energy, and it's more energy because it's a storm right now. See you next time. See you Wednesday at 11 o'clock with Tracy. 11 o'clock Mountain Time. See you. Bye-bye.